You are the leader of your own kingdom. You have to take your decision.
has to offer.
You are the leader of your own kingdom. You have to take your decision.
I wish today you had an opportunity to come here of the art infrastructure that we had. And I hope that you all will take care in these trying times, this pandemic. I hope that this goes quickly and I can see you all fit and fine on campus. Till then, God bless you all.
Dear students, you heard from our Honorable Chancellor and Honorable Vice Chancellor. And I welcome you to the Adamus family. I will bring the glimpse of Forceps, which is our orientation cum engagement program of last year, wherein the leadership team, including the deans, have put together their offer for you virtually. And then let's have a look at what this 24/7 buzzing campus has to offer. Its culture, sports, its entertainment, the drama, the annual fest, Adinova. So what we offer is a life of excitement, of learning, and a life where we pursue excellence. This is Dr. Mahul Brahma, and I welcome you again to Forceps 2021 and to Adamus family.
Good morning and a warm welcome to Forceps Day 3. My name is Chandni Ghosh and I'm from the Training and Fulfillment team of the Career Development Cell at Adamus University, and I'm here to share with you the agenda for the day. So the first session for Day 3 would be Operational Overview, Introduction to Canvas, Timetable and Student Regulations by Dr. Rajneesh Clare and Ms. Monica Clare. This will give a hands-on learning to how things work at the ground level. And beginning from the importance of blended learning, the session will take students to mechanics of Canvas, TCS, ERP, examination and attendance regulations and timetabling. The second session for today would be on skills for future leaders, Center for Lifelong Learning and Psychometric Profiling. And this session would be conducted by Dr. Santosh Kumar and Dr. Shumona Dotto. The session would highlight the significance of learning today that is no longer about the need to know, but more about the need to discover, experience, explore, and challenge. The session reiterates that life is a constant and continuous process of learning, with one offset of learning leading to other. For the leaders of tomorrow, acquiring new skills should be a continuous endeavor, as seeking solutions to the problems is a constant journey. The third session, which would be after lunch, is on opportunity landscaping, glimpses of career, employability, and alumni meet. And this would be conducted by Mr. Obhik De, Mr. Obhijit Giri, Ms. Sushmita Sinha. Mr. De will set the context with vision, mission, and philosophy of Career Development Cell and express how the Career Development Cell is an integral part of PAN University. Mr. Giri will introduce all verticals under the Career Development Cell and team. He will also showcase innovative ways to add value in learning curve and preparing for future aspirations. Ms. Sinha will talk on our spread and activities on corporate relations and corporate engagement process. Thereafter, Mr. Giri will touch upon alumni engagement and introduce our guest speaker of the day, Colonel Amit Verma, South Asia Head, Security and Biz Resilience, PepsiCo, who will speak on Resilient Scholars, Warriors, snippets from the battlefield and the lecture halls. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chandni. Very warm good morning to all the students present here. I'm Dr. Rajneesh Clare. I'm Associate Director of the Department of Planning and Monitoring. And I'm also accompanied with the Joint ERP Manager, Ms. Monica Clare. Let's begin the session. Let me share my screen with a small PPT. Okay, I hope the PPT is visible to everyone. So in this session, particularly, we'll be touching upon blended learning. I hope this is a new word for all of you, but it is a reality of 21st century world. We'll talk about the importance of blended learning, how it is getting implemented, and how it is being accepted by the education system. Not only the university education system, but the overall education system. And then we'll talk about that how this blended learning is embedded into Adamas University, how you will experience it. So within this, we'll also be speaking about the learning management system and introducing Canvas, which is one of the most used and most dependent learning management system globally, which Adamas University has adopted. Then we'll be touching upon the attendance and examination regulations for the students, that what you can expect, what is expected from you, what you can expect from the examinations, and so on. And also we'll be talking about your holistic development at Adamas University. And we'll be introducing the Adamas Comprehensive Excellence Scorecard. We call it ACE Scorecard. So that's the agenda for today. So setting up the stage, let us talk about blended learning. When we talk about learning, of course, it is important that we talk about learners first. And what we should understand is that learners of 21st century are way different from learners which were there back ago. If I talk myself as a learner, when I was of your age, my attributes were very different. Your attributes are way, way different. Today, university graduates who step into university system or higher education contains a lot of different attributes. So that is one thing that we need to keep in our mind. And when you have different attributes, certainly your aspirations are much different. I'm sure you must understand that you have certain aspirations in your mind that you want to achieve. But in today's world, which is so much complex with all of these digital things, mobile phones, laptops, so many apps on your phone, and I'm sure you must be using them for various purposes, including education. You've been experiencing it lately in the period of pandemic. And I'll touch upon that also, that how, what role this pandemic has played, from where the importance of blended learning have gained more sought after. So what I'm talking about here is that given the new age attributes of the learners and very different kind of aspirations of the learners, we need to think about the systems and processes which should be learner centric. There has to be a learner centricity which need to be kept in mind. And this system and processes need to be established. Without those system and processes and this learner centricity, the education or the learning cannot happen. And that's where comes the blended learning, which is a way ahead. Now, what exactly blended learning is, let us understand through a video.
Blended learning describes a fundamental change in education design by utilizing a combination of digital learning objects and active learning methods to improve the learning experience and outcomes. Teaching session created with a blended learning model uses the face-to-face teaching time for activities that benefit most from direct instruction. Blended learning describes a fundamental change in education design by utilizing a combination of digital learning objects and active learning methods to improve the learning experience and outcomes. A teaching session created with a blended learning model uses the face-to-face teaching time for activities that benefit the most from direct instruction. There's general consensus that blended learning has three main components: face-to-face active learning activities facilitated by an educator, digital learning objects, often bite-sized chunks of information, and structured independent study time guided by the face-to-face teaching experience. There is no set percentage for each of these components, and the amount of blend can vary from session to session. The move to blended learning supports the role of the educator to shift to a more facilitation role. The facilitator places an emphasis on empowering learners with the skills and knowledge required to make the most of the digital materials, active learning activities, and independent study time by guiding the learners through the experience. Facilitators focus on three key areas: development of digital and active learning course content, guiding the learning experience of individual learners, and customizing material wherever possible to strengthen the learning experience. And, as with all educational methods, appropriate assessment.